I did that right. Bam and bam. Alright, welcome to Make a Path Presents. This is Mapp Weekly. Well, it's The Walking Dead Weekly. Every Sunday night we talk about The Walking Dead, and then when the episodes air, we talk about the episodes, kind of like a live after show. Two things. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting. There was a couple hang-ups. Two things. One, you guys can see me good. You guys can hear me good. Let me know that. Let me know about that. And let me mute this so it's not blowing up in your face. I was going to... I'll just show you this on the live stream. Can you guys see that? I'm going to have to go dark, my webcam. I'll show you the picture here. This is, well, that's Doomsday Kingdom. Hold on, I got to go down. I want to show you guys this image first. It's in the thumbnail, but I just seen this. I've been out of the loop for a few days. I've been kind of sick this week, so all my plans are put on hold. So this coming week now, we're going to get into the first phase of what we're doing for 2018, which is all videos will start posting, except for the live streams, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to work towards daily uploads, but right now, when videos are done, they're going to be posted 6 p.m. that day, and it's going to work towards the scheduling that I've been talking about. The Patreon stuff that we're finally going to get into now. I hate having a Patreon and then not having it rolling smoothly. It's like, okay, we do some things here and here. I want to get it so it's always rolling and consistent and rolling out. But anyway, Joe Cool sent this image of Negan. He said it's from Gunked Up Weapons Confirmed at Ronnie Hayes. Pick from usmagazine.com and retweeted by The Walking Dead AMC. This, in my opinion, is official. Yeah, like officially confirming they are doing the gunked up weapons. And I'm bringing this up in the beginning so it's easier to show the image, but also because this is something that it's a furious debate in the fan base because of what they did. Let me come back on screen. Hold on. Here, I'm back. Because of what they did with a number of different characters. We have Rick shooting a zombie, and the whole, it was in season 5. He looked awesome. He was given that speech at the end of season 5. He looked friggin' awesome, but he had all that Walker blood, gore, guts, just rain. He bathed in it, you know? That same year, Greg Nicotero was talking in an interview that I seen, and he was talking about it being bad for them to get it in their eyes and their mouth and stuff like that. And I remember that interview because I was thinking, well, what about Rick in season 5, you know? I believe this was just a little between 5 and 6. The same thing happened with Sasha and Abraham. Sasha just lost Tyrese, and she was stabbing these zombies, and then she got all crazy, and she nicked Abraham, a little nick. If you go back in my videos, there's even a thumbnail where he's like, the bitch cut me, or something like that. We discussed it then. Even back then, a lot of fans were worried it wouldn't be... Let me know if you guys heard that spray. I got this... I don't know if you heard that. That was loud as hell. But I got like this cashmere scent spray in the office now. And I did not... Wow, that smells good as hell. I mean, that's like, damn. Smells like a strip club, actually. But that shit was loud. Anyway, there's a lot. They better shot Rick with an arrow. I want that too. I really want that too. But there's a lot they did where, like Rick, he walks up to a zombie in season 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was 6, and he pulls the machete out of the zombie and he cut himself with the same machete. I'm almost positive, because he put his hand up like this to stop the zombie, and he pulls the machete out. But I think when he put his hand up, he had cut his hand, right? And he had to wrap his hand, which it's something in The Walking Dead they don't have to do, but they do a lot. Have Rick get his hand cut. I think maybe somebody in the wardrobe department or something they think Rick looks badass with a wrap on his hand. I agree. I think he does. But in this live stream, we are going to dive into the... Oh, yeah, we're talking about the hype in a second. But we are going to dive into your thoughts and opinions of The hype, like where's the hype at? The hype doesn't feel, it feels real calm, real mellow, real, like any moment now I'm expecting the hype to just blow up. And I'm not just talking about the fans, I'm talking about the promotional work, you know, the social medias. I expect everything to start kicking off any friggin' day now, building up into the return of season 8. Let me scroll back here and you guys can see the comments, right? Something's going on with the live chat here. It's not quite okay. Yeah, that's why I did that. All right, and I had it set up from last week, the same, you know, and I guess that's why I did that, because it cuts off all the crap you guys don't need to see, because on the top and bottom there's like an extra inch or 2 inches of just space. Let's see what we got here. Wonder if this live stream is going to work. It should. Nick practically bathes in shit on Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, and that's where that gets tricky as well. I understand the wound stuff, you know, like if you put blood and you don't have an open wound, I could buy that. I'm fine with that. But if you have, like, if you got cut or if you're wounded and you do the blood trick, we have a problem now with the consistency. Like Michonne, she got shot in the leg, right? And she put gunk on. I'm almost positive. And yeah, I think it was like season 3. She got some type of wound and she still put gunk on. It was something like that. Maybe when she went to the prison. That was it, wasn't it? Anyway. Who's a character you wouldn't mind getting killed off the show? For me, it's Tara. Yeah, Tara is a character too. I think I have a bigger attachment to the comic characters. I mean, understandably. So, you know, original show characters, except for a couple here and there, I would like them to stay around. It all matters on the death, though. The death and how it impacts the story is very important to me. Whisper a bit, Carl, on scar tissue. Yeah, right. Who's hyped for the second half of season 8? I'm actually pretty hyped about it, despite a lot of the negative vibe, you know, from the fan base as a whole, just from media in the fan base as a whole in general. Let's put that back up. Rick Grimes said the show is dying. What the hell is the matter with you, Rick Grimes? Luke, I have been wondering about it. It's one of those little things that if they make an exception for certain scenes, like in the season 5 finale, I can suspend disbelief. Hey Ronnie, I don't mean to annoy you about the show, but how are you coming on Dark? Heard you hate the dubs, which makes me sad. Some of the dubs, yeah, it feels all like it doesn't naturally feel like the character. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think the dubs are bad. I just think it, like when they speak, it doesn't feel like it's that character. You get what I'm saying? It feels like they just grabbed someone to dub it instead of finding a voice that kind of was a little more organic, you know, to the character that it's doing the voiceover for. I think I'm on like episode 3 or 4. To be honest, it's just not hooking me yet. I don't know. It's the last one I saw had a time what was it, like a time traveling cliffhanger that did pique my interest a lot. I don't know, there's just something not gripping me with it yet, but I am gonna try to finish it out. I was thinking of making my novel into a comic, but my issue is I'm a horrible artist and I don't really know any. Yeah, that is a big problem. That's why I didn't do the comic any earlier, and that's one of the difficult things is you just got to branch out. If you can't do it as a comic, just keep writing it as a story. You know what I mean? You're always going to appreciate having it written later on, because if you find an artist tomorrow, you better be able to keep up with them. You know, if I didn't have a lot of shit done now, I'd be so worried with keeping up with the artwork. Eldon's Garden, the promos for the second half look a lot more cheaply made compared to previous season promos. You mean like the trailers? I like the teasers. Or do you mean like images? Tara needs to calm down about wanting to kill Dwight. Yeah, it's getting a little much. We don't know the context around that scene, though. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? Q&A. Do you think Rick will getting over being sick, so I'm still like not at full, you know, I'm still dragging my ass here. I think a lot of flus were coming and going with Juliet being in school, and the doctor told me that kids' immune systems are, I guess, higher, and then, you know, they get you sick and it kicks your ass, so we'll see. But I haven't been sick in years, like flu-wise, so I was due for a good ass kicking. Do you think Rick will kill Negan? No, at this point in time, I don't. Dwighty Boy says Tara needs to go. Love Alana Masterson. Sorry, I even know her name too, and I screwed that up. But I find Tara super annoying, especially her continuously wanting to kill Dwight, even though he's proved himself to be very helpful. And sorry for what he did. I get where she's coming from. You know what I mean? But in the same strength, it's you got to make a choice. Just kill him already. You know, if that's what you want, or use him to get what you need. You know, and do what you got to do. I don't know. I think Carl will die. Do you? I think Carl's definitely going to die. Absolutely. Carl isn't even completely dead yet, and people want the next big death. Come on. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Like, for right now, I don't need a big character to die tomorrow. You know what I mean? Well, obviously, they can't. But still, in the next episode after that, I don't even need a big character to die in the rest of the season. As long as the story is interesting and gripping, I'm fine with that. Did you see the Venom trailer? It looks somewhat promising. No, I did not, actually. I heard a lot of fans mad that they didn't show Venom. I disagree with that, though. I'm in the camp that Hollywood always shows too much. Now, the Venom trailer doesn't, you know, make me believe someone in Hollywood is finally learning a lesson. I think they just didn't get the CGI done in time, and they want to start building hype. So they made the decision to act like they're really but I think they're going to show it off. I think they're going to show it off a lot before it even drops, you know. Brian Ackham says, sorry Ronnie, I meant Nick ate dog in season 2. That Herd of Walkers ate. Yes, that was one of my huge problems in season 2. Nick ate a dog that was being eaten raw, by the way. That was being eaten by zombies. You don't get a bigger inconsistency than that. That is ridiculous. And that makes me wonder, where's the fans on set? Like, if someone even mentioned that and I was around, like, I feel like I'm a pretty, you know, hardcore fan. And that's why I feel like in Fear the Walking Dead, why some of it doesn't vibe with me as much, is because where are the fans at? There's how many people on the set when they're filming that, when they're writing that, when they're planning that, when they're prepping that. Not one fan said, I don't think this fits in the world of The Walking Dead because it's inconsistent. Chris says, hey Ronnie, have you heard the fan theory going around that those who believe Jadis will become Alpha? I think that would be a crappy idea. Your thoughts? I agree with you. I want Alpha. I don't want a Jadis becoming Alpha. Besides, you know, I think some fans just get excited for the twist, you know, the big dun-dun-dun, and they don't look at what that does to the story and why and how. And, you know, first off, a lot of people view the Whisperers as weird because of what they do, and they are weird for how they live. But they don't talk like that. Everyone's telling me, like, oh, the way they talk, it's like the Whisperers. And I'm like, no, they just whisper. They talk normal. They talk like creepy as shit, you know what I mean? But they don't talk in this weird, you know, code crap. I still don't even know what League of Legends is. I hear everyone, like, I hear the name, but I can't even picture, like, what it looks like. I always thought that was like a card game, to be honest. I'm still pissed off about Carl. I know I need to get over it, but it's BS. Well, see how it plays out, and then if they don't win you over, you know, then, I don't know, express your thoughts on it. I'd love to hear it. I'm dying to know fans' thoughts after the fact. Fa says, hey Ronnie, are you a single father or in a relationship? Single. What the fuck is up? Anita Bogota. Yeah, I was not, you know, a single dad when I moved down here, but it gets, especially when your daughter's getting older, it gets a little complicated. I mean, it's just simply unfair. I mean, you can't date, because then what if, you know, she ends up liking my girlfriend more, you know, than I do, and then it, like, ends. Obviously, she's going to be like, oh, I miss so-and-so. So yeah, you gotta, I don't know, it's weird. You gotta kind of date, but then keep it, hidden absolutely. And sometimes that doesn't work because that's a very selfish way to do it. Between me being busy working and then not bringing a girl around my daughter, it's like it's an absolutely selfish thing. So I don't know. I try to be as less selfish, as I can, and just be open and honest about that. Anita Bong says, I think the hype is as high as it is going to get. The Walking Dead has its loyal fans who will bring AMC views. So to them, they know that they don't have to try hard, which is a shame. As a fan, I really dig the promotion. Yeah, I also didn't want the, here we go with freaking YouTube. They're so glitchy with the feed. If you're new here, YouTube is terrible with the live feed. It scrolls all the way down and then you get lost. And so if you see your comment just getting skipped, please ask again or don't hate me for it. Yeah, I didn't mean it to be a negative thing. Like, where's the wait, why does my screen say something different? My screen says weekly fans react to trailer overload. That's not the title. The title is Where's the Hype. Where's the, holy crap, last week it put the previous week's thumbnails in. I don't know what YouTube's doing, but it's drunk. This week it's got the old title. I think you guys seen the new title because some of you were talking about it. But yeah, I didn't mean that as a negative thing. Like, oh man, where's the hype? Whoop-de-whoop. I just meant like, where's the hype? It's going to start now, even if it's not at peak right this minute. Take a Walk With Me says, does it bother you that main characters are dying during all-out war, but they haven't been killed in battle? Yeah, in a way, I feel like they are stuck because they know what they want to do with Negan and it doesn't fit. And I think it's becoming problematic. And I still feel you can have the Negan storyline and he can be responsible for killing characters. He is responsible for killing characters already. So what's the difference if he does it in war? We still need law and order. That's the one big thing. It's kind of like this, the most obvious thing. And I honestly don't think they're going in that direction. So, Caleb, we've lost way more main characters of the team family while Negan's crew just loses mostly background characters. Yeah, they don't have much in the foreground, though. Especially ones that wouldn't hurt the story if they died right this second. Ethan Williams said, Ronnie, don't forget that Walker jumped the fence in Season 1. Yeah, we know why, though. That was just them not knowing the rules of the zombies when they got into it. I mean, I think Darabont had him picking up rocks and all that other. He had a zombie grab the door, the bunny, and I've always hated that because that is a Hollywood thing. I love what Frank Darabont did with Season 1, absolutely, but picking the bunny up, that's a Hollywood thing right there going, I want the scene. I want to fool the audience. I don't care if it ruins the rules is set forth in this world. I want him to see her pick up a bunny because that's like, oh, here's a little girl. Ah, got ya, boom, It's not a little girl, it's a zombie. Yeah, those moments, I don't like them. Like, they're banging on the door at the mall or the store. That's not threatening enough. And this is a Hollywood thing. Grab a rock, That's how we get walkers climbing fences. Because if not, it's not scary enough. In a way, make it scary. There's so many walkers, the fence is crippling. Boom, you don't gotta hop the fence. There's so many walkers, the pressure alone is cracking the glass. Fans can understand that. Show a walker start to just press up and then, little blood starts popping her because the walker's getting crushed. We're not that dumb. There will be a lot of viewers watching that going, I don't know what's going on. But don't ruin the consistency because there's some idiot viewers out there. Just rock out with it, Do you think Michonne will die? Eventually, yes, especially since the actress is getting more and more popular. I don't think it should happen right away, though. Deja Vu, what's with Carl dying in the sewer, then Alexandria, and then he's in a field? How long are they literally dragging us out? Well, it looks like from some of the promos of them putting fire extinguishers to the fire, it looks like they come up rather quickly when we return, so I'm not sure. It'll probably be the majority of episode 9, to be honest, but in their timeline, it'll be a couple hours. Dude, guys, with a $5 super chat, thank you very much. I'm buying the models soon. We'll probably use the clothes for the clothes. Hardest part will be Ryder's hair, so I might just super glue the bandana. Better you than me, brother. I really appreciate that. For anyone who doesn't know, he's making a figure based off a character from my comic. Better you than me. I would be totally lost. I probably wouldn't even have the patience to get through it all the way. But I really appreciate that. Where are we at? What do you think of the theory of Sherry at Oceanside? That might work. Yeah, that might work. It really depends, though. I like using Sherry as another way to build the tension. Like she gets caught or found out. So, I don't know. They should have just killed off Heath, the actor. Should not have been allowed to leave. Lots of people would have loved to be in that guy's shoes, but he gave The Walking Dead the middle finger by leaving. We don't know the details behind that, but I will say until we know the details behind that, I do, and I don't want to overstep because it could be something totally different, but what frustrates me are, obviously when you become an actor, like anything in life, you take advantage and not take advantage, but you take advantage of opportunities the best you can. Absolutely. It's kind of like an actor going, and this is what I just personally don't like, and I feel like it should be a negative thing or a taboo thing, or it should not be done in Hollywood, and fans should not support actors who do this. Like if you hate Harry Potter and then you know, oh, Harry Potter's real popular, let me get this role, but you hate the shit out of it, but you know it's going to bring you a lot of fans. I don't like those actors. I'll tell you straight up and down right now. I don't like you. You know what I mean? Especially with these franchises that are already established, if you're not ride or die for the franchise, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? I'm real blunt and simple about it like that. So if it's the case where he said, oh, this is a popular show, I can go in here for a few episodes and then go out and do my own thing, I don't stand behind that at all, and I won't support him in his future career, not even a little bit. But if it's a situation where he's not getting a lot of screen time and he's like, okay, I gotta, keep working, I feel for him in that situation. So we don't know which it is. It's either one or the other. I have a feeling it might be a little combination of both, I don't know. But I'm not going to hate on him till we know a little more, maybe he comes back, maybe he doesn't. We'll find out eventually. Everyone always dishes the goods eventually. Syphilis? Cephalus Steve. I think I ruined that. Ronnie, you know how you die from infection, not from the bite itself? Yes, I do. Do you think it could still eat an animal that has been bitten by a zombie because you already have the disease already? Well, no. See, the disease is what just turns you into a zombie. You know what I mean? All it's doing is turning you into a zombie. But a zombie has all this nasty bacteria, which is what kills you. Just like if I put shit in an open wound, like actual dog shit in an open wound, I'll get an infection. So if they have that nasty bacteria and they're eating an animal and you eat that animal, you're getting that nasty bacteria in you. I think it should have killed Nick. It should kill anybody. Darko77 with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. What are your thoughts about Kirkman teasing us fans by saying that Carl could live? I think it's something that they have to say. You know what I mean? Or not have to say, but it's a predictable thing to say. He isn't dead yet. He didn't die, and he's still alive. So obviously we're gonna get somebody to say, well, you never know. Someone could save the day, and yada yada yada. So I think that is standard dodging, misleading, on a low level, because we know what should happen unless they're trying to pull some old crazy shit like, oh, see, it was over the shirt, which I'd buy that if they did it. I'll tell you right now, my whole mentality is it's the bacteria, and the zombie didn't actually rip the shirt. You can see the shirt and you can see the bite mark around it. So if they go that route, I'm fine with that 100%. The only thing I would be annoyed with is them knowing he's not going to die and putting up this bullshit cliffhanger again. Because, again, these aren't the type of cliffhangers that get you exciting. These are the type of cliffhangers that just frustrate you, They're not the fun, cool, oh my god, this is super hype type. Elisa Jet with the $10 super chat. Thank you very much, hon. I think Father Gabriel would be a good one to fill in the Carl Negan chats in the cell. Maybe continue with Negan's backstory confessions. That honestly could be a direction they would go, since they already kind of set that up. Good call, definitely, Elisa. That could definitely be a direction they would take. Trippy Hipster with the super chat says, hey Ronnie, I was wondering if you ever got around to checking out Preacher Season 2 or even the comic. Both are fantastic. I read a little prequel, like a freebie comic of Preacher, and eventually I might end up checking it out again, but I haven't yet, or the show either. but it's definitely on my list to get to. Ronnie, if Heath ends up being our introduction to the Whisperers, how would you like it to be? I think the only logical way is to have Alpha show up wearing his face. Something like that, yeah. They can't have it where he's a prisoner, or because it's a few years after he's taken. They can't have it They can't have it where he's living with them. That would be ridiculous. So yeah, maybe he's wearing she's wearing his face, you know. And since he has dreads, that would be like a telltale sign. Maybe she's even wearing his glasses. Fuck it. No, that would just be silly. Anita Bong Hit says, I always think how awesome it would be if Kirkman had a different artist draw. Did I miss the super chat? Draw issue #1 in their vision. That would be kind of neat. I always thought it would be neat if they started doing the issues in color. I've always loved, like, volume 1 in color and sell it for like $20 or something, and then wait a while and sell volume 2 in color. Or even if there's up and coming colorists out there, I can't imagine they wouldn't work for cheaper pay than, you know, someone else, and just to get it done, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to you know, not pay the new guys. I'm saying that because obviously it's not going to make as much money as like a fresh issue. You know, you're going to have a certain hardcore consumer be interested in that. But I think you would honestly pull in new readers if it was in color. Absolutely. I was another one before The Walking Dead. I wouldn't even pick up a comic in black and white. Still to this day, if I open a comic and it's in black and white, I won't even go near it. I have to hear or know or be super curious about the story. Black and white is just so uninteresting to me personally. Color is just fabulous, you know. It has to be like something that's incredibly interesting. That grips my attention. Just want to say I love your videos. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you very much, Phantom Films. I appreciate it. Chomps Clown. Wait, what? Chomps the Clown. Should the Whisperers have been Native Americans? Would have made more sense considering they could skin. Well, no. I mean, coming from someone who was raised in, because we have, you know, we come from Native American descent, and I was raised in the culture, in and around the culture. That doesn't make any sense. You know, you have some bad Indians, yeah, the bad Indians that would scalp people and stuff like that. But and you do have Native Americans. Obviously, pretty much all the tribes skinning buffaloes or skinning animals, making hides and making weapons, and the bone tomahawk, which was it's an Indian Native American weapon that was hanging on my grandmother's wall since I was like a baby. That is what gave me the idea to give that weapon to somebody in Doomsday Kingdom. But just because they can skin, it doesn't mean they would have that mentality. I mean, sure, you could pull that. You know, you could pull someone that's on a reservation or something, but I think it would be a little taboo, and I know especially in this climate nowadays, they would be savages, you know. Come on, how bad would that seem? You know, Native American associations out there and communities and groups would just go nuts. It would be all over the news. But then again, no one gives a shit about Native Americans nowadays anyway, so scratch that. It probably wouldn't even make the news. I mean, we are still to this day punishing them, you know, and no one even bats an eye. Sometimes when it's popular, people will be on Twitter and Facebook going, you know, that's not right. Let's do something. Nothing gets done. What the heck are there only 3 OG cast members, Rick, Carol, and Daryl? That is making me sad, not the deaths. Is there? No, Morgan. I count Morgan, absolutely. He didn't travel with them, but he was there. He was there even before Daryl, you know? Carol, right? Yeah, I believe so. Wow, I actually made a live stream. It's been a while. Nice, Negan. Thanks for coming by. I think Heath will be a part of a filler storyline to get him back. Unfortunately, that might be the case. Q&A. Scott says, more of a statement, does Heath really need to come back? No, he doesn't need to, but he does. But they should fill that in. I mean, we'd be dealing with that PPP. It looks like 3 Ps. We'd be dealing with that shit for a while. I mean, it'd be nice if they answered that. Yeah, I don't think they need to blow him up with a grenade either. Gary Landers, hey Ronnie, huge fan. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to watch the show without knowing the comic storylines? As a comic fan, sometimes you can see things coming in the show. No, I don't need to wonder. I don't ever wonder anymore. I started the show not knowing there was a comic, so I know what it feels like for 3 seasons. I think it was about 3 seasons. I know what it feels. Maybe 2 definitely. I think in season 2, I think around Sophia's when I first started. You know, oh, it's a comic. Oh, I'll look it up and maybe I'll start reading it. It is different in a way, but my excitement is 10 times bigger after reading the comic because I'm excited for everything they're bringing to the show. You know, I would never go to the other way around. And I'm fine with things being predictable. I know some people are like, oh, I don't like it because it's done in the comic and they're doing it on the show. But I'm fine with it. Wow, we got a lot of questions that came in. But I'm fine with it because it's something I want to see them bring to life, you know? What do we got here? I hope I went back. Let's try to burn through some questions because we got a ton going on. He's reachable. Tobin, yeah, we'll get some interviews going on. Charmander says, why do you watch mediocre shows like Fear and Preacher but don't like Better Call Saul? Well, that's not correct at all. Preacher. Oh, The Preacher. Well, yeah, that's not even nowhere near correct. Fear, we all know because I'm huge into zombies, so I always gotta, you know, check it out. And I've been saying I was done with Fear until they did this huge shakeup. Preacher, I stopped with Preacher. We just literally talked about that. So no, I'm not watching that currently. I do want to revisit season 2. A lot of people said it was good. And then Better Call Saul, that's another one I stopped. And then I'm only going back to it because a lot of people said the new season that just aired was good. And they're touching base with older characters. So yeah, everything you brought up are shows I actually stopped watching because they no longer interest me. As far as oh yeah, Better Call Saul, you're talking about watching that. Yeah, I am going back to that. So yeah, I hope Gabriel pulls through. Has anyone seen Bates Motel? I thought that was all right, as much as some, but again, the shipping stuff got a little overboard. No, Carl's dying. Surely they can't deny that this second half looks fucking good. Yeah, I think the second half does look good. What are your thoughts on the Walking Dead page kept promoting Carl's death? I'm fine with that. Which page are you talking about? A lot of people point to like a fan page or a Skybound page, and I kind of got to know which one you mean. Do you mean the AMC page or a fan one? I'm fine with that. They're gonna promote it. That's something that they should be doing. Right, since Fear the Walking Dead might have a long time jump, do you think it will be a 3-month time jump between season 8 and 9? Fear the Walking Dead time jump, do you think it'll be a 3-month time jump only between seasons 8 and 9? No, we don't know. No, not at all. You're talking about The Walking Dead? No, we don't know where they're going to end. It's going to be years. You know, if we don't go to a new beginning at the end of season 8, it's going to jump years. If we do go, then I don't know. It could be a couple months. They should have started coloring comics in issue 127. I agree with that. They should have. I would have been fine with that. I would have enjoyed that, actually. I guess Rick's son will be a grown-up kid. I don't know what you mean. Should have it status would be awesome. Volume 1 in color would be cool. I would definitely get that. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. They released special edition issue number 1 in color, and it is freaking awesome. Wisdom Fall with a $5 super chat. Do you only like zombie genre or post-apocalyptic in general? Post-apocalyptic is probably like it's a toss-up, you know. Zombies is like my all-time favorite thing, but my favorite movie, show, idea, theory, any, you know, story, anything is post-apocalyptic. I love those. I absolutely love those. Personally would love a post-nuclear showdown show like Metro 2033 style, but in the U.S. Yeah, I like the games, the 2033 games. They're supposed to be big novels too, I hear. Kirkman said you should expect the Whisperer soon. Do you think it will be this season or next? I'd like to see that personally from him. People have been saying that for at least a year now, that Kirkman says, Kirkman and Gimple says they're right around the corner, and no one ever shows me, like, here's when they actually say it. I think it would be silly to see them soon unless we jump ahead. Again, part of what is going to get people, you know, excited is the slow reveal, you know, a slow, interesting, curious, just with an explosive reveal, but just, you know, hinting to them or showing them early and then waiting till next season. I don't know, it just doesn't have that same feel to it. Dude Guys with a $2 super chat said, just realized both comic and show have Atlanta 3. Oh yeah, after Andrea. I guess so. They better go with Talking Zombies. That freak character or two out like that was real. Wait, were those walkers really talking? I hope they go along the lines of that. You know, Heat's glasses frames would be spooky. Yeah, it would. I think, weren't his glasses on the ground though? I feel like they were. My problem with Live Another Day was the ending was so damn depressing. It was a little bit much considering it was possibly the end of the franchise. I don't think I watched that one. Richard says, I am loving Doomsday Kingdom. I'm glad it's in color. Oh, absolutely. I think the color makes it pop, man. Oh, man. I wouldn't have it any other way after seeing James color it. I'm really curious to see what happens with Jadis. Yeah, I'm curious about her too now. DK is awesome, I agree. Thank you very much. Dwighty Boy, do you have a favorite non-action based episode? Mine is What Happened and What's Going On. Such a great... I don't know. I'm sure I do. I just don't have it, you know, like non-action. I just don't have it like in my head. Which one would that be? Human Mikey, do you and your family watch the show? No. My daughter's hooked now. She's 10. She's been a fan for about 2 years. No. We're getting to the point where maybe, you know, I know she's definitely interested in checking it out. We just haven't gotten around to it yet. Do you think they are revealing way too much in the teasers? For example, Aaron and Enid at Oceanside, Simon killing the scavengers. That, I'm fine with Aaron and Enid because we already knew they were there. Ezekiel with Morgan and Carol. They didn't exactly show Ezekiel with Morgan and Carol, so I think they kind of skated around that one. But the scavengers, I think that's a huge mistake. They never should have showed that. Negan needs a shave. It's pissing me off. There's some good action scenes and fights, of course. I love to play The Last of Us. Alright, hey Ryan, I know about eating bitten animal thing. The main show's characters just always avoided eating animals that were bitten. Yeah, they never proved it wasn't okay. I'm just talking based on, you know, the facts in the world and how nasty and the germs and all that. Do you think the claimers would have killed Daryl right away if he had Beth with him? Possibly, yeah. And Ronnie, hey everyone, I can't stay. I got the flu, but I wanted to pop. Yeah, it's going around, Brandy. Thank you for coming in and saying hello, though, and get better. Drink some soup and some ginger ale. I hope you feel better. It's kicking people's asses left, right, and center. Jack Coleman's Facebook messaged me the other day. Left my, he's awesome in The Expanse. Nice. I still need to watch Bone Tomahawk. Oh, go watch it. I have Brawl in Cell Block 99, but I still need to watch it as well. Yeah, that one's good. I still like Bone Tomahawk the best. Josh, how come some people turn faster than others? Like Shane turned in like 2 minutes, but Bob turned in around 2 days. Well, here's the thing. Shane died, you know, so it was quicker there. And Bob didn't have a chance to turn. We don't know that at all because when he died, and keep in mind, he was alive, dying from blood loss. He's not dying from the bite, you know. Well, wait a minute. Did they cut her off in time? Is that how? No, he got bit up here. Yeah, so the fever's burning him out. And I think it was overnight into the next day. And Jim, we don't know how long it took him to burn out. So that's just him getting burnt out. But as far as Shane, he was dead. So he's going to turn. And I think they explained that he was in like a fit of rage. So his body was like on overdrive, the adrenaline and all that. So he did turn quicker than some people or most people do turn. Arrow moment, but they'll switch it where Rick does die. And that's the Red Eye Rick scene. Wait, is it possible they do the Walker Arrow moment with Rick, but they switch it and Rick does die and that's the Red-Eyed Rick scene? I don't think that's possible at all. Ronnie, if AMC recast any Living the Walking Dead character, who would it be? None. I don't stand for recasts. I think recasts are a terrible idea, and they should never be done unless it's like a dire, you know, a dire recasting. Epic Vids 8 said with a super chat, do you watch Westworld? Season 2 is coming back. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Ronnie, don't you think it's stupid how Rick is saying this is where you die and he might not even kill him? Yeah, I like that he says it. It's pretty badass, but I made that joke before. How many times are you going to say it, Rick? Because it's going to meme itself. Rick is going to be like, I'm going to kill you. This is where you die. And then he's just fine. You know, it's like, nope, he didn't kill him. Wait, I realized the intro of every episode has changed. It seems that every time you got the feeling of something imminent about to happen. I know they changed it up. I just don't know which way you mean. They changed the images and stuff. I know it used to be the characters' faces. I do miss that. I miss the original intro. I think Jadis will be a lone survivor for her group, finally break away from talking and start speaking normal. We might get a backstory, like a little snippet, honestly, in the episode where they die. I'm calling it right now. Be ready. We might get a little, kind of like they did at Terminus. It's just a couple scenes, but be ready. We might get it. Juan Martin says, I think the Whispers will be formally introduced after the Spike Frontier. It would have the viewers like, who the f did that? Maybe. I mean, you have to switch it around a little. Low key, no pressure. Yo, I had to leave work early on Thursday because of the fucking flu. Yeah, man, it's going around. Mike MC, no hype. Seems like the break is too long. Yeah, these breaks do suck. Red Rum review. What do you think about the new showrunner? Do you think it'll be good for the Whisperers or nah? I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see. It's a 50-50 in my book. Chris Dello, how shitty would everyone feel for making fun of the way Jada speaks if they developed her story and it turns out she has a learning disability? Well, that would go against everything we know so far that Gimple has said, so I don't think that's it. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, the claimers definitely would have raped Beth. Absolutely. Who do you think would, or they would have killed each other trying to, is probably the more accurate answer. Who do you think will die in Season 8 of GOT? Who will win the throne? That's a mystery to me. I don't know. I'm good with, I'm good with Danny dying and John taking the throne or vice versa, to be honest. I don't know. Oh, no. I'm set with I want the throne destroyed. I'm set with my original pick. The whites, the white army or whatever destroys the throne, and what's remaining of the good guys have to, join together and fight them off. And, someone eventually kills Queen Bitch. What's her name? I always pronounce it wrong anyway. Cersei. Yeah, I want her to die as like the big villain. Maybe by the white. That would be pretty cool. Negan will get a haircut before the mid-season finale. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. What do you think we'll get the bat to gunfight quote? You know what? I don't think we will. I think it's possible, but I don't think so right now. Is Simon killing the scavengers to prove himself to Negan? No, I don't think so. Since Negan thinks they're no, that's what Negan means by backsliding. Killing the people, is backsliding. Confirmed Simon killed the Oceanside men and women. Yo, yeah, that's confirmed. That's confirmed. Shows your super chats, Matt fam. Does anyone think Ronnie should set a time limit for each question? That would be impossible. We just have a little timer. Besides, I think we're burning through these pretty quick. Yeah, I'm not going to set like a 10-second time limit. I think that'd be ridiculous, so you can forget that. T. Gilly, what would you prefer? A Laurie cameo talking to Carl before he dies, or Shane cameo? Neither. I'm not big on the cameos. They usually don't work. Carl looks like he takes life a day to die. Oh, he takes like a day to die. It's probably, yeah. Heapsters are foreign exchange students, yeah. Jacob. Watching these reruns, though, you see how the quality of the writing has, well, changed for the lack of better term. Yeah, I wish I had a chance. I wish I had a chance to rewatch them. I haven't had a chance to rerun them, but I do want to soon. I do want to rerun them all the way through and catch up to present day. Maybe we'll do that at the end of Season 8. We'll do some kind of rerun, some type of rerun review, Do I think the ratings will drop? It all depends, I think there's potential for the ratings to go back up, to be honest. Are you going to bark all day, little doggy, or are you going to bite Reservoir Dog style? Yeah. That could work. Elisa Jet with another super chat. Yeah, maybe not today. Maybe not next week. Maybe not next month. Maybe not even a year from now or two. But I will kill you, Negan. Laugh out loud. That comment is gold. That should be something. That should be something. That should be a t-shirt or a mug. But you see what I mean? You see what I mean? How a TV show or movie or anything you're writing, you need to be very careful about how you approach it, because you can end up memeing yourself, especially now with social media. You get anything that could become a running joke, and it's now the show's a joke, or that moment is a joke, and what you're doing is a joke. Because now it's a friggin' meme. Once it becomes a meme, it's always going to be a meme, and people won't take it as serious now. They don't look at it, usually they don't look at it with the same level of respect as they do something that isn't memed, or memed in a different way. Some people meme Godfather because it's like badass, certain scenes. It's totally memed differently, but that Rick threatening Negan, I wish they would have toned that down, because now it's getting too silly. It's memeing itself. Did I watch this show, Jericho? Yes, I did. If so, did you read the follow-up comics? No, I did not. But I liked the show. But I think there was just not confidence in the writing team, and I think they dropped the ball halfway through. They had something really cool building up, and it's fizzled out, in my opinion. I'd be insulted if they make fun of learning disabilities through Jadis's character. Jericho was good because they had Morgan in it. Yeah, that's where I first really got to know Lenny James as an actor. He was a cop, or an undercover cop or something in Jericho. You could probably get this a lot, but who do you think is most likely to get put on the spikes by the Whisperers? I'd like to stick with the comics so far, Carl is going to off himself in episode 9 because I can't see Rick or Michonne being able to go through with it. I'm still sticking with he just dies. You know what I'm saying? Like, he dies, gets burnt out, and Rick has to put a knife in the back of his head, or maybe Michonne. I'm fine with that. Wait, pronounced Sohab. Love you and your vids, Ronnie. Thank you very much, Sohab. Sohabe. Did I get that right? With the $2 super chat. Really appreciate that. Man, I hope I got that right. Sohab. I'm going with Sohab, right? Thank you though, I never would have even came close. And thanks for the support. Jadis will be alpha and everyone will freak out. Who was a better schemer, Littlefinger from GOT or Frank Underwood? I never liked Littlefinger, so I'm picking Frank Underwood, I guess, for a better schemer. Who do you think will play Beta? I don't know. I don't know the actors. I'm good with a no name taking them though. I think I'd prefer that. We look not at what we can see, but we look at what cannot be seen. For what can be seen is temporary, and what cannot be seen is eternal in the heavens. Amen, Father Gabriel. Favorite part? Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. I think I butchered that though. Are you sad we won't see Lydia lick Carl's eye socket? Yeah, a little bit. I was kind of curious how that scene would play out on screen. Okay, since it's going all over the place, let me see here. Yeah, there's Sohab. Let me know, guys. Did I pronounce that right, or am I screwing that up? Sohab. I think I'm screwing that up. What do you think season 9 will consist of? I think it'll be the new beginning. Rick said in season 8, I'm gonna kill you. That was funny and memey to me. Yeah, it was a bit memey. Negan and fucking us psychopath always means murder. I always thought Rick would lose his shit if Carl died. When Carl got shot in the eye, Rick was ape shit and took out all the walkers. Yeah, I'm real curious to see. I am real curious to see how this plays out. That letter is like the most crucial aspect of Carl dying and explaining what made him change his mind about killing Negan, but also to keep Rick on the level and up, like Carl saying, like, this is our family now. Like, I don't want you to be broken because of this or lost because of this. And, like, this is the world we live in. If the world... Because think about how perfect this is. In the new beginning, after all-out war, when they come together, it's one of the most important things to protect the roads, the travel, to keep their people safe. Carl could be the setup for this. Carl could be like, Dad, don't get so distracted with fighting everybody. We need to learn to take the difficult roads and try everything we can to come together and work together and yada 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 yada. because while we're bullshitting and bickering, like, the danger's always there. This is the world we live in now, and like, this is our family now. Like, these people, they're all family to me, and yada yada yada. We need to protect them, and da da da. So they could, you know, they could remix that in a certain way, but that letter is crucial for explaining that, not only to like Rick as character development, but to us as the audience. I feel. You guys let me know if you disagree. I would love to hear different thoughts and opinions about that, about the letter. What do you think will happen with Enid's story in the new beginning? Will she be Maggie's second? Maggie's second, but I think there's a strong possibility they could remix her into having a friendship with Lydia. Either that or Carol's another good one to have a friendship with Lydia. No, I don't think Negan's going to die. Not this season. Not this season. But it was better than Revolution, which was like... I started Revolution. I couldn't hang with it, though. Rerun review would be awesome, bro. Love you, Matt family. Yeah, it would have to be something where... Like, I burned through season 1, and I either do little snippet videos on the cell phone, and I just watch episode 1. Hey, guys, here's my... Like, something raw. Actually, I just thought about that. That might be real good. Originally, I was going to do, like, let's watch season 1, and then I'll make a video and let's discuss it. But since I have the cell phone, a lot of you guys have real positive vibes with uploading some videos, as long as I don't abuse that and do it all the time. For the review, though, I would have to, if I do it every episode, you know, do a couple-minute video just discussing raw thoughts. It would have to be, you know, spammy, because there's 16 episodes in a season. Anyway, that could be something we could do. What do you think? Wait, where am I? My favorite sex scene in God. I didn't like the sex scenes. It's a waste of time. I want to watch the story. If I want to, you know, sex scene, I'll just go have sex. It's shit you do when you're an adult, you know. Where are we at? Do you think we will hear Rick read the letter or just see the letter? I think he's going to read it. I think so. Ronnie, you got it right the second time. Oh, I got it right the second time? Damn. Now I forget which one I said. Kind of sour that we won't get the Carl talking to Negan in the cell. Yeah, I'm a little sour too. Like I said, the comic fan in me is a little disappointed for those scenes, because it's not the same no matter how you do it. Even if you do it better, you're always gonna, man, I really kind of wish, you know, we had Carl there talking to Negan. Do you think they're gonna do that with someone else, or do you think they'll be scrapped due to Carl? They'll do it with someone else. Akshay, I hope I said that right. First time catching you live. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much for the super chat. I think we're going to get to yours down here in a second. Thank you, though. Natalie Nye. In The Last of Us, do you think that Ellie and Joel will drift apart? I don't like that idea. I know a lot of people have been discussing that. Ellie will kind of have this dark mindset throughout the game. Any thoughts? I don't like the idea of them drifting apart. I know the thing is all about hate and dealing with, like, his decision and yada yada yada, but you know, I hope it's aimed more towards another enemy, because I still want to see them grow in the relationship. It's not done. The growth in the story isn't done for them, so I want to see them grow. There can be friction there, absolutely, but I'm not buying it. They had a strong enough bond where it shouldn't, you know, deteriorate like that. I don't think so. Tito says, would you like to see Negan be forced to listen to Easy Street in Season 9? Might be too comedic, but Justice will... I could see them doing that, though. It might be too comedic, but I could see them doing that. Honeybees, hey Ronnie, they showed Ezekiel with Morgan and Carol in the AMC behind the scenes. Oh, I didn't watch the behind the scenes. I just remembered, I was like, oh my god, when whatever I was doing, I was like, I gotta watch the behind the scenes, and then pick out little snippets. And I didn't watch that. I think that reveals too much, don't you think? I agree. They shouldn't have done that. Even though we knew pretty much there's a solid chance they were going to get him out of there, you know? I agree. They shouldn't have shown that. Trazy. In the comics, Beta's a famous b-ball player. Who would you like to see from... No, I don't want anyone from the NBA seeing him. I'm usually almost always against people going from, you know, wrestling to acting or basketball to acting, because... 9 times out of 10, you don't have what it takes to do it. There's some that do. I give it to The Rock. The Rock has a lot of charisma. I don't think his acting he's not a Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, but the roles he can take, he fits in that popcorn fun, you know. My daughter loves The Rock. She'll watch him in anything, but there's people who do that with the right charisma. I'm just 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be terrible to cast a basketball player. So I'd rather they stay away from that. Why didn't they build a wall when they were at the farm? We need a wall to survive. Well, they didn't have the resources, the time. It wasn't their farm to build a wall on. You know, taking both. What were they going to do? Force Herschel to pay for it? You know, taking both Sophia and Carl's storyline. It could be possible. Carl, yeah, I didn't think about that. She would be if they did that. Carol will be taking Henry under her wing. Most likely. Yeah, here's Akshay. Did I say that right, guys? Let me know. How many seasons is left? How do you think this will end? I give up on answering how will it end questions because it depends. If it ends during the Governor's arc, it's going to end differently. If it ends during Negan's arc or during the Whispers, or if it ends during a new World Order after the Whispers, whatever arc they wrap with, that will determine how they're going to end the story. Like, for example, let's say they just end the New World arc, then they're going to wrap up, Rick being the leader and all the people that he has kept safe and grew communities for. Their story would continue on because AMC is never going to stop. I know a lot of people with ratings, and I know a lot of people think that it's gonna 2-3 seasons, it's gonna be over. It's not going anywhere. It might not be in the original form, but it's gonna be around. The Walking Dead will be around. It might not even be the whole original cast, but it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay for a long time. Zach says, have you ever seen the movie The Road? Yes, I have. I have that on Blu-ray. Can't wait for Doomsday Kingdom issue 3. Good luck with everything. Love all your content you create. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we might do a little discussion on The Road. I think I meant to do that. I bought the Blu-ray to discuss it. That, and I think the reason I didn't is because I wanted to discuss the book too, but I just didn't have time to read the book. Wait, do you think the virus causes growth increase? No, I don't think so. Oh, damn, it skipped all the way down now. Now we're at the... Where are we? Alright, now we're at the beginning. We skipped a bunch of questions, guys. Sorry for that. I'll scroll up a little. Let's see what we missed here. Do we got any questions? Do you think the longer, more revealing trailers are answering the spoiler sites since it's been such an issue and clearly people want to be spoiled a bit? No, I think they don't care. They don't care. They just, whatever they can, give us to get us interested in watching, they don't care if it spoils it for us for the most part, unless it's like, you know what I mean? Dave, I'm going to screw up his name. I think he plays in Guardians of the Galaxy, if that's the same guy. I've only seen him in that, though, that I know of. You might be right on that. I got to look at him. I don't know. Batista, I think that's his name, right? I don't know him in anything else other than Guardians of the Galaxy, and you don't need to act good for that. I mean, pretty much anyone could do that role, and that's not a diss on him. That's a simple role. Brawl and Cell Block 99 was my favorite movie. Same man who directed Bone Tomahawk. Yeah, I watched it and liked it. I thought Bone Tomahawk was just a little more my cup of tea. Former football player, big as hell. Apparently he was thinking of retiring, but damn, Gunk would be a horrible actor. Laugh out loud. Do you think Henry will take Carl's role? No, and I think part of the reason I feel that way is because why? I don't see why he would. I don't see why they would do that. If that's the case, just keep Carl. It just doesn't make any sense. Sack says, what do you think would happen if the governor had come across Negan? Oh, they would definitely beef over shit, it would be a war. Jonathan said, now the 2 issues in the New World Order has passed, with that being the only location, do you think it will remain that way for the rest of the arc? Yeah, kind of, sort of. It'll be that area, but we might see different parts of it. How was a more evil, sick villain, the governor or Negan? I'd have to pick the governor. And especially if we're going into comic book, I mean, the governor's pretty touched, Shit, my messages are bugged. I don't know what that means. Ready for the 25. I don't know what that means. Wait, hold on. It's skipping around. Damn you, YouTube. Carter says, do you think because Carl was shot where he was bit that he may be safe? No, I don't think so. Captain Earl Cole, which actor would you like to see? I think in a way it's it was just symbolic, you know. He got Otis was trying to shoot a deer and it shot Carl. It went through the deer, didn't it, and hit Carl, and that's what saved Carl's life. And then Carl trips on a deer or tripped over a deer, and that essentially put him in the position to get bit, which ended his life. A lot of people talk about the wound and where he was shot and where he was bit, and I think that's it. It's just symbolism for that. I put that in my analyzed. I mean, I said it a bit more, I said it better, but I think that's it. Just symbolism. Which actor would you like to see in The Walking Dead and Fear? My pick would be Shay from Boardwalk Empire. Eli Thompson, I can see him play a villain. I don't really have any off the top of my head. Andy, do you think The Walking Dead could pull a switcheroo with the Saviors winning and Rick dying? No, I don't think they could. It seems, no, especially with the fan base so, like, up in arms about dealing with Negan and them winning for so long. They could never pull that off. Eli Thompson, I know who you mean now. Yeah, that actor did really good in that. Did you see Lauren Cohan's excellent plot points in the movie Rise of Zata 2? I didn't see that movie. Noticed something tonight while watching the marathon. Same song is playing while Carl's eating the pudding and when he's walking around Alexandria with smoke bombs in 808. I didn't notice that. I'll have to go back and look at that. And Ronnie, do you think they would kill Rick so they don't have to pay Andrew Lincoln a lot of money? No, I don't think they would. Not for that reason, no. What type of emotional torment do you think Rick will put on Negan when he finally makes him a prisoner? I don't think he's going to torture Negan. I really don't think he's going to do that. Daryl might. Daryl might. Yeah, look at that, Raiders cat. Damn, I hope they don't have any Daryl messing with Negan while Negan is a prisoner. They might. Wait, what? It's awesome that right before Combo dies in Breaking Bad, the guy driving the car is the same savior that beats up Aaron on The Walking Dead. Oh, yeah. We got another super chat, Blind Entertainment. What do you think of Jadis killing Simon to avenge her people? Also, what if Savior Dylan is Dante but changes his name? I don't like that. I've talked about that enough. If Dylan was, or Savior Dylan, if his name is Dante and that's the direction they're going to go, all right, fine. That's Dante, just has a different whatever. But I don't want them to replace Dylan. I think Dante. I think Dylan is what we need. We need some saviors to seem like decent people, to good people. It makes the scene where Jesus doesn't want to kill them make sense. We need that. The story needs that. So right now, that's all I see that as. Do you think the finale will be solely the end of the war itself, or will most likely take place in episode 15, with the majority of 16 being the new beginning? Right now, I don't think we're even going into the new beginning. After Carl death and it's revealed that it was a hallucination, now I don't think we're going into the new beginning at all. And I called that a while back because it's too complicated to set up the world of The Walking Dead to look like a new beginning. Imagine having to do that the next day, because keep in mind they're filming episode 15 8 days. After day 8 they got to go right into filming episode 16. There's no break. Before, I thought it was impossible to set up a new beginning look. The hallucination was almost definitely cloudy, like, dreamy, because of the CGI going into the Alexandria community. So I don't think there's enough time to do a new beginning, to make it look like a new beginning. You know what I mean? We got a $2 super chat from Nick. There's no comment, though. Thank you very much, Nick. Appreciate the support. Nick Solis. Ronald says, do you think the finale... Okay, we did that. Do you think Jadis is the Jar Jar Binks of The Walking Dead? Unfortunately. Shane versus Abraham. Well, maybe not the Jar Jar Binks, but I get what you're saying. Shane versus Abraham in a fight. Flip a coin. I'd go with... we'll go with Abraham. Take a walk. Well, I don't know. Shane's a pretty badass dude. I don't know. It's a toss up. Do you think Michonne will get Andrea's comic death? At this time, I don't think she needs to, but it's possible. Wait, where'd you go? I used to think Michonne was safe, but I used to think Carl was safe. Golf professional. Why did they make Carl so soft compared to the comics? This always made me feel like Chandler Riggs is a puss. No, he's got to do what they give him, so... they did the show, and I don't know why they didn't give us that. You know, they started giving us a touched kid, and early on, but they did show Ezekiel and Aaron and Carl in the latest teaser. Yeah, I'm being told that now. I gotta look at that. Does Negan secretly like Rick, but can't admit it? Oh, I think he does admit it. Do you think Doomsday Kingdom will become successful enough to get a TV movie adaptation? If so, how many years? Well, I wouldn't. Well, I don't know. This is rough. I mean, I'm biased as hell. It's my story. So do I feel like it's good enough to make a movie out of? Yes, or I wouldn't write it. I'd write a different story. So it's impossible for me to answer that. Do I think it will? Probably no, especially not anytime soon. It's not the right atmosphere for that. Now is definitely not the right time. I would say a year or two ago, it was on fire. In 5 years, it'll probably be on fire again. You got to find that sweet spot, But I think it could. Who knows? I'm not worried about that though. I'm worried about just getting a publisher first and growing the fan base. So we'll see. JP Walker Slayer says, "Do you think the actor who plays Maggie will come back for season 9?" And that the rumors are going. No, I think the rumors, the rumors or stories or whatever. I think they're true. She's an actress. She's going to look at the role she's getting or offered. But I do think she's coming back. Yes. Elisa Jet. Harder to see Negan as the bad guy sometimes, and our group is the good, with Eugene, Gabriel, and Daryl all living at or after their stay with him. That's one aspect I do like. How our guys just kill them, and Negan knocks them out. Except for the one guard, we don't know how he dies, but I bet you they show it in episode 9 or 10. We don't talk about rumors here. Sorry though, Nick. Wait, going to sneeze rules. Negan. Wait. Will it be nice if it reflected when Rick killed Shane and Negan tells Simon, "This is you, not me"? Maybe that's a little too on the nose. But they could possibly do something like you made this choice or something similar, but not. Honeybees. Hey, Ronnie, have you seen the movie Shot Caller? No, I want to, though. John Bernthal and the guy who plays Jaime Lannister and God, and it's fucking awesome. It's on Amazon Prime. Yo, I've been looking for it. I've been looking on, Redbox and HBO. I'm going to go check that out. I think my brother and my mother have Prime, so I'll sign into one of their accounts and watch that shit. Raiders Cat. They need the off-season to build up the new beginning. I agree with that, definitely. New houses. It's got to look right, Old man Rick is ugly as fuck. Chris Rambo, Ronnie, how about Rick and Abraham in a fight to the death? Who would win? I don't know. I'm not good at the what are they? Hypothetical questions. I was never good at those. Howard Huang, how do you think they're going to grab the audience back? The ones who left the course of the season 7. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be one thing. I don't think it can be one thing or a scene or a cliffhanger. I think it just has to. They just have to. Just go back to seasons 1 and 2, like the beginning and the fan base, the vibe, just the charisma around the storytelling. Then, and just tone it down a little. I think it has gotten a little, like an echo chamber. It's too much of itself, with some of the dialogue being written to be epic. Let the natural dialogue become epic. Let it become epic. Don't write everything to be this poetry. Don't write everything to be this deep meaning philosophy and characters say something, they mean something else in a way where people don't actually talk like that. I think if they make the right changes, that's what will grab the audience back. It just gotta we just gotta go back to what it was. And I don't mean the storytelling, I don't mean the characters and stories and yada yada yada. There's a certain vibe to it, the way they filmed it, the way the story unfolds. especially with the cliffhangers. A lot of the cliffhangers in the very beginning were fun. They made you more interested in what's coming up, more curious. You were dying to get to the next episode. Now it just feels like it's a frustrating cliffhanger more than it is fun, you know. Wait, where did you go? Do you think the show will ever leave Alexandria? No. Do you think it's going to be there for the rest of the show? I think it'll be there for the remainder. A New Beginning, well, they'll go to other places, but it's going to revolve around Alexandria. A new beginning for the story and the fandom. I think The Walking Dead Season 9 will act as a soft reboot. I think it should. Not replacing characters, you know, but the way they film and how they tell their stories and stuff like that. I think atmosphere, I've been saying this for a long time, they need to bring the atmosphere back. They do amazing work with some of the sceneries and stuff, but they just don't slow it down a bit and get more atmospheric. You know when they did? When they were trying to copy season 1. Remember when Carl was walking down and it was very, very atmospheric and they were going through the POV shots. They did it then, but they were copying purposefully season 1. Like that's when you know, okay, you know, maybe we should just do a little bit of what we used to do. Ronnie, can you please explain that Breaking Bad and The Walking Dead are not in the same universe? We explain that all the time. No, they're not. No one believes me. I can't make them believe you, but yeah, wait. Everyone's saying it because Robert Kirkman confirmed it. I didn't hear it. If he did, you know, he did, but I don't think he did. Trevor said, just a thought, but in season 8B promo, Carl's looking into the mirror and there's a bottle of alcohol. Maybe he uses it to try and disinfect the wound. Not likely, but someone put it there. Yeah, I don't doubt he cleaned his wound. I don't doubt they will show that. I don't doubt we see a little bit of them playing with time, but I think he's dead, especially with all the stuff going around, with his father and certain things, you know. I think he's done. Only Alyssa W says, when Lenny James is ready to leave the franchise, would you prefer him die on Fear or return to the main show? Main show. Thanks, love your content. Thank you very much for the super chat. Main show, you know, he came into our lives as this character on that show, and I want him to go out on that show. Wait, what would your ideal The Walking Dead game look like? What character would you play as? Well, that's a tricky one, because I'd like a game that took place in that world and you were all original characters and it told a totally new, different story. And then I think it would be awesome to just play as Rick, you know? Play out the story we see in the comics. Okay, you don't want to do a color comic book, you don't want to do a motion comic, you know, you don't want to do an animated show that is a direct, you know, adaptation of the comic without no changes, yada yada yada. Then do the video game. Let us play as Rick and play out the story, you know, do certain scenes, and obviously it would be certain ones. You wouldn't do the whole thing. It'd have to be certain ones. I think that would be incredible, absolutely incredible. John Bernthal went to your old high school last week. This is the only time I wanted to go back to that shithole. Nice. Wait, someone said it's going to be the death of the show. Now I lost the comment. Where did it go? Oh yeah, New Beginning will be the death of The Walking Dead. I disagree with that. I think that's ridiculous. Rick is the biggest pussy on the show. I don't agree with that. He's got to make a lot of different decisions too. Sorry for Fear the Walking Dead, but I would totally tucker it out to watch. He was talking to the drama class, I believe. Oh, nice. Did you get to see it? Question mark. I don't know what you're talking about. Cliffhangers are so overplayed. What other actors from the show are you interviewing? None yet confirmed. None that I can confirm just yet. Where's our timer? All right, yeah, we got to start ending this here. Let me take a few more questions. That'll do soon, though. I'm going to get back. Being sick this week, it just put everything on pause for one more week, but we're going to start it up next week, get things moving, and then we'll be off to the races soon. You should watch Attack on Titans. Yeah, some people keep saying that. I'm going to get there, I think. Gimple saw all that Old Man Carl stuff and said, fuck y'all, this is my shit. Yeah. Nah, dude, I'm out of school. I'm working now. That actually has a contract to use Gin property until 2019. How do you think they will depict Whisperers with the restriction of gore? I don't think there's an actual restriction of gore. I think they're just being more mindful of how they utilize it. And I don't think the Whisperers are gory at all. They don't do anything that's gory. When they're wearing the skin, it's already cleaned. You know, it's not gory. It's not gross. It's no different than how we see the zombies the way it is. You know. I don't think they'll leave Alexandria, but in the comic, maybe. Well, I don't think they'll leave Alexandria in the comic. Let's be honest. They've destroyed it numerous times, and they keep rebuilding it. If they were going to leave, they would have already done it. They don't need to leave, though, to continue the story. Look at what they're doing. They have a small group go out. They get to see the new world, new story. They get to meet new characters, and they get new story from there. And then they come back, and then boom, we got more story at Alexandria. Well, haven't the Walking Dead actors been successful in other roles? The one exception is Bernthal. I think in different ways, you know, they're having their own different versions and variations of success. But in Hollywood, though, it takes, you know, years, like decades. You know what I mean? You have a decade when you're growing and yada yada yada. So show's only been on for, some of them's only been on the show for a couple years. You don't grow like that. Not unless something happens, like you're a teen heartthrob. And even Leonardo DiCaprio, he blew up, it seemingly, over the course of a couple years. But he was already acting for like 8 years before that. You know what I mean? He was acting since he was little. A lot of these actors, it's like that. You'll get these, you know, spurts of popularity. But honestly, the actress playing Maggie, she might not even really explode for another 3 or 4 years yet. Just because she's popular in our circles, you know, she might have her you know, real explosion. Same thing with Michonne or any of the other actors. Andrew Lincoln, it might be 5 years from now and he gets this huge gig that just really explodes. That's how the biz is. So a lot of them acting for 10, 20 years, it's just common. It's extremely common in Hollywood to be like that. So I just disagree with that. Wait. If they kill Rick around the same time of both the comic and the show, which should be released first? I don't think it matters. By the time they get to that, it'll be different, you know? The Fallen Sunday was Andrew Lincoln killed off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you could plan it out to be like that. They could try. They might, you know, they might make that work. What would I do if I won the lottery? I would put it right back into Make a Path Presents, and we'd start filming shorts, you know. We'd make a Doomsday Kingdom video game. We'd start filming shorts. We'd have our own little house and bring in a whole crew. Some Mapp members come in, and then we'd have a team making videos, and we'd be crushing it, you know. Ronnie, he did confirm it, but I think he was joking. But he even wasn't. Yeah, he doesn't own the rights. I mean, even if he confirmed it to joke around, I'd have to see the context. But he can't. He doesn't own the rights to either, so he can't say. He owns the comic universe, and you know, so I think it's, some fans just don't care, you know, about rights. They just want it to be that. So it's always going to be up in the air, you know, because of those fans. They just, I don't know, they want that. Make the walkers a bigger threat than they have become. Help the show a lot. Yeah, we do need the zombies as a threat. Will they name Maggie's baby Herschel or something else? I think it'll, in the show, I think it'll be Glenn, you know. It might be Herschel. I was kind of surprised, to be honest, it was Herschel in the comic. But it's easy to get them mixed up. Rereading the comic, it makes sense that he's Herschel. Ron, who will Clegane Bowl and why? I don't know. What's his name? The guy with his face burnt. Sandor Clegane. Did I get that? No, I got that wrong. The Hound. Because we like him more. He had a redemption. It wouldn't make any sense to have the, you know, the monster that no one likes win. That's a reward for the fans. That's good balance. Conflict and reward. When Carl's looking in the mirror and sees the bite, it looks like he didn't know he was bitten until he returned to Alexandria. Oh, he knew. He looks at it. I have that video. You go and watch. He looks right at it. You planning to attend the Walking Dead cruise? I don't know. I don't like big bodies of water. Sharks scare me. Will Jadis join up with Rick and be okay with the following his lead instead of being the leader, or will she go the rogue against Negan at some hour? See, here's the thing. Jadis isn't the rogue type, so I don't think she'll do either. I'm real, like, iffy about what they're going to do with her. I just don't know, because she wasn't the type to do either or. I mean, hold on, we had another super chat I missed. I'm curious as what they do with her, to be honest. I think she might die. She's going to go out fighting. I think that, to get revenge for what happened to her people. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe he just takes her people. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Voorhees, I'm so excited. Kills some and takes the rest. Dylan says, I'm so excited for the mid-season premiere. Hey, Ronnie, my first novel will be late in June or early in July on Author House website. I'm stoked. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations on that, man. I'll have to look at that. Author House. I'll look that up, see what that's about. Don't end this. I love you. I love you guys, too. I got it, though. I think if I wasn't just getting over being sick, I'd hang around a little longer. But I feel like I'm just going to say goodnight and then die and fall over. So I'm going to get rolling. Plus, I got to get Juliet up for school in the morning. So we'll be back strong next Sunday. Plus, we got a lot of content we got to start putting out. Lisa Jet said, one last thing, Troy's alive, wink, wink. Ronnie, have you seen the poll numbers for The Walking Dead? No. Poll numbers are doing good. Who would you pick to die instead of Carl? Personally, I think Daryl should have died because it would have been a jaw dropper. They need it. Well, here's the thing. It's not just the death, though. For me, it's how. It's how they die. It's how they film it. It's how we see it. It's what it does for the story. I would have been fine if no one died. I didn't think it was they needed anyone to die at that point in time. If they had the story as exciting as it should have been, we just simply didn't need a death. But then again, I got to see what they're planning on doing with Carl, so I don't know. At this time, I still do partially disagree with it, you know, so we'll see. Jarrett says, who would you pick? Oh, I already read that. Wait, Chris said you watched The End of the World. Are they doing another season? I don't know yet, but I hope they do. I hope they do. Ronnie, if Lori was alive, do you think she would be a part of Negan's Wives just to toy with Rick? No, I don't think Lori would. Lori is, you know, Lori would probably die before she did that. You know, I know people give Lori shit, but yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one. Maybe I'm wrong, but here's a lead. One last thing. Troy's alive. Wink, wink. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Sorry to break it to you. I wanted him to live on too. He was becoming an interesting character. Alan says, "I don't care whether people like the show now. I'm excited to see where the story goes." Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see what direction they take it for the end. Who wants to see that more than 3 episodes? I don't know what you're talking about. If they did it that way, the Walking Dead TV show will catch up to the comics. They could catch it up if they wanted to. They could. How long ago you guys started? I think we started about an hour and 10 or 20 minutes ago. Ronnie, when you are rich and famous, can it work for you? Laugh out loud. I'll take being rich over fame any day. Can I just be extra rich? You can keep the fame. I think that would be so awesome. Imagine that, being filthy rich. You don't have to deal with fame. You could just go to the store like a regular schmo. I don't think I was ever built to be like famous. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not built like that. It's just not in the cards for me. I don't have the temperament for that. I don't have the public. Well, I would definitely say something that would get me in hot water. You know what I'm saying? It's bound to happen. Haterman. Yo, Ronnie, wouldn't it be awesome if it turns out that the infection came from an extraterrestrial race that used the zombie disease to eradicate life on Earth? In a different movie, sure, not in The Walking Dead. I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't vibe in the world of The Walking Dead for me. Do you think Carl will be replaced by Michonne's daughter? No, I don't think so. More of The Last of Us. I can't wait. I can't wait till we get more of The Last of Us. And I know we will start ramping up with The Last of Us stuff here too. I think the show needs more of a psychological aspect, having characters not want to kill each other because they're playing some kind of mind game. What do you think? I'd like to mix it up. I think we need to mix it up. Absolutely. Night, guys. Yeah, good night, guys. We're going to answer another question or two, and I got to roll. Night, guys. Thank you very much, Super Steelers, for coming out. Thank you, Zachary. You love The Walking Dead. That's awesome. They said Ronnie, if your comic becomes a show and you do become rich or famous, like on TV, are you still going to be a YouTuber? Yeah, that's never going to die. Make a Path Presents is here on YouTube. We're going to have, if everything goes well, we'll have our own platform, definitely. Like I'm already looking at setting up a website. What would it be like, and what would you do, and yada yada yada. As far as the interactive, you know. But YouTube, it's always going to be here as long as YouTube is here, you know. And live streams and talk, yeah, I'm always going to be that. I'd like to be the face of it, even if one day, let's say, it gets big enough to where I can have a little crew doing stuff. I still would like to be, you know, I can do this, and then we'll have someone I can hire to just be the responsible face of the business, and I can just sit here and act like an ass, you know, and chit chat with you guys. I would love that. Dude, guys, yeah. Fame is overrated. People will treat you differently, and I'd always want to have people around that like me before fame. If you're famous at an early age, that's hard. Yeah, I was never big on the, you know, the idea of that. I mean, people put up with your shit, you know, because you're famous. Everyone knows that. So when you do, rich and famous, just look at a lot of asshole popular YouTubers, and then when people stop, get their own level of fame, and they stop chilling with those certain YouTubers, you know damn well they were only there to get their, you know, to kind of, that's the business though, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't hating on them, but you know damn well when you see someone who's coming up wanting to be famous for any type of reason, and they're hanging around someone who's mad famous, and then once that person starts getting some fame, you see them kind of distance, you know damn well they weren't liking everything to begin with, you know. That's why you get a lot of people who will start beefs, seemingly friends, and then they start beefs and yada yada yada. People know. It's like a split-second thought. You know what's going to benefit you. Oh, I'll go hang out with them. I'll collab with them. Even if you're not like hunting for that move or that come up, you know in the back of your mind instantly, oh, that's a come up, you know. Majestic will take that job. We'll have to have auditions when the time comes, though. It's not any day soon, unfortunately. That would be cool shit, though. The day Ronnie becomes rich, you'll never hear from him again. He'll be too busy diving in his money like Scrooge McDuck. I'd live stream it, bro. Are you shitting me? Ronnie, would you claim yourself raped Beth but didn't rape Daryl? Is it because he's a guy? Yes, they weren't gay. Well, wait a minute. No, the one was a perv. They probably would have just killed the perv, because I think there was just one who was into it. Or maybe they were all differently into different things. I don't know. I got the feeling that maybe just one of them liked little boys, kids. I don't know. He was touched. Maybe they just didn't like, you know, guys. I don't know, to be honest. Now you're confusing me. If they kill Maggie off, it would hurt the show. I think it would hurt the show. Ronnie, the shit you are. Thank you very much. Ronnie, just a thought. Maybe they let Chandler Riggs go because he's not good enough actor to pull off what Carl does in the comics, and how much of it revolves around him. That's a possibility. I feel like we would never see Ronnie again if he won the lottery. That's not true at all. Ronnie, I've been watching your channel for 2 years and I honestly think you're a true person. Like you're not. And once you become rich, wait. Oh shit, hold on, let's read that. You're a true person, like you're not fake, and once you become rich, if you do, I can't see you becoming like fuck you. Oh, that'll never happen. Yeah, you're right about that, brother, trust me. I'm too damn old. Call me Papa Hayes. I'm too old and set in my ways to change now. That's the one positive. How many wins on Fortnite if you played? I have about 10 wins now. They didn't count 2 or 3 of them. I may have 10 or 11 because it's some kind of stupid shooting test mode. They're not counting it. Or maybe if they're counting it later. But I only do solo, though. I don't do squads and duos. We're going to start, though, with members of the Mapp family. And then some other YouTubers and stuff. We're going to start doing those. But Ronnie, have you been... I've been good, got sick this week, but we're going to bounce back. All right, I got to roll out. Let me take a last question or two. Ronnie, I've been way behind on viewing your content, been working on a novel and web pages, so sorry if you answered this before. What are your thoughts about Enid and Aaron's predicament in Oceanside? I think they're going to get out of it easily. I'm real curious to see how. It seems kind of weird, but I think that was just a quick way to get rid of the person who didn't want to join the fight, and now it's, you know, it cleared the way conveniently enough for the rest of the people at Oceanside to join the fight. Like, keep this in mind. And Negan had them so terrified, the grandmother was willing to kill Aaron just to keep them away. And, you know, Enid accidentally killed her. Okay, so now they can fight. Because why? Negan had them so scared. Good people killed each other, you know, because they were so terrified of what is out there. It's an easy spin, I think. Mark Kirkman says, I really like your show. Thank you very much. Daryl showed some heart. Yeah, thank you very much, mods, for coming out. Ronnie been ending these early these days. Yeah, everyone was getting, you know, well, I don't know if you didn't like them long, but I had so many comments about them being long. I figured let's trim them up then and see how that does. So about an hour, hour and a half, that's the max. They're only supposed to be an hour anyway, but I love hanging out long, so that's why they were like the 2-hour mark. Wait, do you think The Walking Dead is gone? Wait, Ronnie, do you think The Walking Dead is gone? No. Will the show be good again in season 9, just like back in seasons 4 to 6? Well, I loved season 1, you know, as much as I love anything between 4 and 6. So, what I think is probably going to differ from yours. I think it has a lot of potential. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you for everyone with the super chats. Thank you for all the mods coming and helping out. And I'll see you guys, obviously, next Sunday. And don't forget, starting this week, we're going to slowly start popping out the Mapp Gaming and a couple other. We'll see what we can get out. But they are going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when they do come out. We're gonna stick with that time and play around with it to see how that works. The idea is eventually down the line we'll be doing daily Monday through Friday 6 p.m. There will always be a video. It'll take a couple weeks till we're doing that, you know, daily, but we're gonna get there. Thank you very much. Absolutely appreciate it. Thoughts and opinions about anything coming up, suggestions content wise, maybe something different or really different and unique that you've been thinking about, put anything that you want down in that comment box after the stream, because then it'll erase your comment if you do it now, but wait till after the stream goes up. Thanks, Matt fam, love you guys, and I'm gonna go die now. I shouldn't say that. I'm gonna go pass out rather quickly. My eyes are burning. I appreciate it. Will they go public at 6 or upload at 6? No, public at 6. The whole goal, and keep in mind, it's not every day starting right now. When they do post, just check the channel wherever you're at around 6 p.m. You know, every day, every other day. And when I do upload, we'll shoot for that time. Meaning, I'll upload it, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and I'll wait a couple hours. And at 6, and I make it live. So that way it's a scheduled thing. And eventually we're going to be doing that daily, you know, as a couple weeks go by. And then after that, we'll be able to put up a schedule. Monday is this, Tuesday is this, you know, Thursday is this. And then if there's any, you know, sudden news, obviously we're going to have to break the time thing and just put out a video discussing any kind of sudden news. But you guys don't mind, because that's like kind of like a bonus thing. You know what I mean? All right, guys, love you. Have a good night, and I'll see you here next Sunday around 10:30 Eastern Standard Time.